Hi everybody, my name is Vanessa Anarego, and I am very appreciative for this experience. Thank you all for participating with me and adding to the energy and receiving my energy. I found it the experience as a whole, extremely profound and enlightening, and it really grounded me and guided me through this pandemic, this very, and more so, stuff that was happening in my own life personally, major changes in my own life outside of the pandemic, specifically. Excuse me. I took some notes about my journey, just to guide me through this response and this reflection, because I wanted to kind of hit most of the points, but I also do trust that abundance will flow through me through this reflection. I procrastinated a little bit on making this video, and then when I finally put two and two together of the fact that I was resisting the flow of abundance into, like, through myself for this video, I said, okay, well, I guess now's the time to make the video. So anyway, I'm gonna start. Competition exists as a blockage. Really, really awesome point. I think the idea of competition being something that actually will prevent you from succeeding in terms of, like, reaching those goals that you want to reach is helpful. It's not only it's necessary. Like, we want to build each other up, and of course competition exists if you're in a race and it's a game involved or whatever, but the point is, like, the right flow will happen. If there's a job or something, for example, that you want and you didn't get because someone else got it, well, they were more suited for the job. And if they weren't and someone gave it to them unfairly, well, then maybe that's not the place you want to be. And if it is, persevere. Like, it was a beautiful concept. And it reminded me of something a teacher told me a little while ago, about the more you help others in life, the further you'll go. It is what it is. Those connections you make at, like, a physical level and an energetic level. It's people respond and notice. The universe will know. And whether that's a metaphysical knowing and a metaphysical universe, or, like, literally the people, not that they're really different, but I'm saying, like the people of the universe and the forms and figures of the universe will know. They'll know. And you'll be rewarded. Trust that you are abundant and you will be rewarded. It's our birthright. Beautiful. It's just like, that's us. We're energy. Everything else is energy, and we're allowed access to that, and it's just infinitely there. Balanced with respecting abundance and living harmoniously, as opposed to overspending. Okay, so just because abundance exists does not mean we test abundance and, for example, spend unnecessarily, or not necessarily overspend. I think over anything is exactly what it is. It's too much. If you fill a glass to the top and you keep pouring, you waste, and it spills on the ground, and you'll have to wipe it up. And it's discarded, it's wasted, and cheers, thank you. That in and of itself just goes to show that we ought to live harmoniously and listen to abundance as it listens to us, and respect it, and live in unity with the universe, which brings me to another point of the idea of unity. When we explore that, it was awesome. Nature really helps me connect with unity. It just reminds me, your subconscious understands that you're in the middle of this ecosystem, these physical forms depending on each other to exist, these biological forms depending on each other to exist, chemical forms depending on each other to exist, and all these reactions and responses to each other. And it just makes so much sense sitting in nature, being like, yeah, sitting in my room, of course, it's the same thing. Books stacked on top of each other, depending on themselves and each other to exist in that time and in space. But to sit in nature, like, I don't gotta tell you twice, like, groundedness, boundaries, and balance. This is something I took. I had a soul contract reading, and if you're interested in it, let me know, because I know someone who reads them, and the modality is mind-blowingly insightful. But yeah, knowing my physical challenges and my spiritual and my physical challenges, my strengths and my goals are, and like what my purpose was, really like helped me solidify what I need to work on. And it was more of a personal grounding into my life while this challenge was going on. I think clarity really kind of translates to abundance. To be clear with the fact that you have your birthright to abundance, or clear in the fact that, or clear with yourself in terms of what your goals are, clear in communication, clear in what you want, and clear in your belief, and not your demand, but your belief and your trust. Like, if that is clear, then it flows. Realizing abundance all around me, I think that was pretty cool. We did a luxury assignment, and we got just like, what does luxury mean to you? Does it mean just giving yourself time and space to be? And just understanding that like abundance really does flow, and just trusting that. And like little examples of my day to day when I was really actively participating in these challenges and incorporating the phrase of the day throughout the day, it was like a reminder to adjust the way I was feeling about something. Now, changing the way I feel about something and trusting and believing that doesn't necessarily mean I make a different decision and I act differently. However, it usually did enable me to alter my decision a little bit, and I was rewarded, like very, very, like synchronistically rewarded with those little micro decisions. Like I'm not talking about grocery shopping, very, very interesting to see. Nature helps me define unity. Expression, enhancement, effect positive change in the world. Reciprocity. What did I mean by this? Okay. And the more open these channels are in both directions, I will receive and give abundantly. Okay, yeah. If you receive and you give, and this reciprocity, this like reciprocal, right? This reciprocal nature of being open and clean, back to that clarity, means the channel is open both ways. But if it's open both ways, we also ought to give. Because that's just the formula. Like, that's just the law. If it's open to flow both ways, then it has to flow both ways. So we have to take an active role in that by giving, and then be open to receiving gifts. It's awesome. Pure consciousness. Ooh, I love this idea. Pure consciousness, the space between our thoughts, being what pure consciousness is. And I really like this. I've painted this I guess the muses inspired me with this analogy and this visual of God and the devil dancing. It's kind of a battle-y dance, and it's a passionate dance, and God is white, and there's the white feathered angel wings around his cupids and whatnot, and the devil's red and fiery and passionate and grounded and tangible. And it's like the white chakra of the crown and the red chakra of the root, and how they exist in harmony within us. If we are all God, I'm not afraid of the devil's energy. I don't think it's evil. I just think it's not pure consciousness. This space between the thoughts is the God, is the white, is the pure consciousness. And this flesh, this blood in our own bodies is the thoughts. So the pure consciousness is the space between, and the thoughts thus are the flesh, the devil. And it's like that dance between the two that we live every day. The thoughts that we have that are good, bad, whatever. Like, they're not labeling them. They're thoughts, they're flesh, they're tangible. And I think that was pretty cool. I really vibe with that because, I don't fear the devil. I don't fear that energy is bad. It is just not pure. But we are not pure in the physical world. We are really the opposite. We are tangible. So anyway, understanding my joys, a reminder, and getting excited. I really like that. I think we had an assignment about like, what are your joys? What makes you happy? What makes you joyous? And I even just love that word joyous. It's like, yes, what makes me not just happy but joyous? Like, what makes me want to celebrate? And actually today I was having a conversation with my friend, and I worded it like, that's the meaning of life. Like, engagement and getting excited and supporting everyone else's like excitement through an engagement is like the meaning of life. Like, we build a structure in order to have this structure, And when the structure falls and we're having a bad time, we're supported by ourselves, we're supported by community, we're supported by loved ones and others and God and whatever to build back up this structure. And the meaning of the structure is to have the structure. So we build back up our bad, sad emotions to get back up to live this excitement. And it's my dad's calling. My mom and dad. It's truly the meaning of life, really, I think. It's like just to be in that energy and support each other through that. So a reminder of like all my joys was really, it was necessary for sure. It's really helped me to just like take stock of that and be like, yes, I love so many things. And a reminder to just give myself permission to do those things. Like I deserve to do those things. I need to do those things. The world deserves for me to do those things so that I can be full and I can pour out of that fullness. Luxury exists in many forms and it's evolving, time and space. I think I already mentioned that. I think one of the most beautiful luxuries I've given myself over this time is time and space to be myself. And Corona time is amidst the sadness that I pray for. It is a time and space to look within, to look without, to connect, to think, to dive into our passions, to just relax. Take some time alone, take some time with family, but it's time and space to do what? What is a luxury? Is it a movie? Is it buying yourself a beautiful necklace? Is it saying, you know what, I'm going to buy the fancy apples at the grocery store today as opposed to the cheap ones because they're like less expensive? Letting go of pain around someone who I thought or felt hurt me. That experience was so unbelievable. No, it was believable. It was, I want to say moving. It was moving. I moved from a spot to another spot. And the pain was an old pain. And it was fading. But it was still there. And I did utilize the writing the negativity down and just totally getting it all out there. No filters. Knowing that I was going to burn it away. And knowing I needed to pull it all out from those depths of my cells. Burning it away. And then just totally thanking every single ounce of what was going on. And the channel between this and this was open, and this fed this, and this felt better, and then this felt better. So it was cool. And you know what? I was questioned, like, I said I let stuff go. And I said, dude, did you really? And I was like, well, like, if it's placebo, I'll take it. Like, I don't feel like I'm holding on to it anymore. So great, I'm gonna continue believing that and allow that energy to flow through me. Love is really what it comes down to. Simple as that. Love. Anxious moments teach. I actually watched this video outside of this challenge about the fact that anxious moments taught this woman on Instagram. So she writes her moments down. So I actually grabbed a book and a lined notebook and I started writing those. It's like, what are those moments of tension? What are those moments of those fleshy red devil? Like, what are those thoughts and feelings in our body trying to communicate with us? Because if we understand what's blocking that pure consciousness, then we can understand how to remove it and learn from it and teach other people about it and teach our children about it. You know what I mean? Like, how am I going to relate to the heartbreak of my child if I've never been through a heartbreak? You know, so to understand and pay attention to those, fall in love with discomfort really, and understand that discomfort is growth. One of my favorite quotations of all time is by a poet. I should really remember his name because I always quote this quotation, but it's called Alil Gibrai or something. He's like an Arabic poet or something. It is pain is the shattering of the shell that encloses our understanding. Everyone knows pain is growth, right? But it's like, why? Oh, right, because we're being freaking cracked open. It's like, ow! It's like a baby coming into this world crying. It's falling off your bike for the first time and saying, that really hurt. And then your brain going, well, maybe you shouldn't do that with your foot next time. You go, okay, got it, subconscious. Anyway, spreading the challenge was rewarding. Leadership, spread the love. Yeah, pretty simple. There's a little bit of resistance there, and I'm sure for the people who took on that challenge, they probably resonated with that resistance. Like, resonate with me saying that there was resistance, because it's responsibility. But like, hey, what is it? Spider-Man said, "With great power comes great responsibility." It's a beautiful quotation. It comes down to the truth. It's like, you know, the greater the resistance, the greater the good. You know. So I really enjoyed spreading that love and practicing my leadership. It was like I felt I had a voice. People were listening to me. I was instructing. I got to write my little blurbs before and after the copy and pasted text, and it was empowering. My flaws evolved from specific manifestations to understanding the roots. That also had to do with the soul contract reading. So when I did the assignment with about writing my flaws, they were specific projections of something that I wasn't really understanding, jealousy, whatever, comparisons. But after soul contract reading, and when I went back through to write anything I missed throughout the assignment and to enhance what I had written already, I realized that those things were not what I was struggling with. Those were how my body and my human form and my conscious mind understood that there was a root issue. For example, my challenge around setting and holding boundaries led me to feeling a certain way because I felt insecure because I wasn't upholding my structure. Abundance example, space to respond. Okay, so one of the forms of abundance for me and one of the forms of luxury for me is truly just like time and space to respond and reflect. I'm a person who likes to say a lot and likes to act a lot, and act, what I mean is like not put on a mask, but just respond and react is what I mean, react. And that like energy and like intensity leads me to sometimes responding before I really let it hit me. So giving myself permission to like be hit by a response or a request or a statement before responding. I was like, okay, I'm going to process that and then respond and communicating that, and that's okay. And that was really cool. That's a form of luxury for me. That time and space, again, is luxury. It's a boundary is luxury, right? Ties to my mother. Just how it was interesting that we did an exercise about our mother for a couple days actually, and not our father. So it's like just a reminder how beautiful the connection between a woman and her child is. Simply put. When you open your eyes, you see. Yeah, when you open your eyes to abundance, you see. When you open the channel, it's there. It's our birthright, right? Like, you just, beautiful eyes see beauty, sad eyes see sadness. Like, you just open your eyes and you'll see it. We can deprive people of their opportunities by not stepping into our own strength / purpose / love. So we have a duty to care for each other. So that deprivation, that the example that we watched in the video of the woman trying to break open the chrysalis of the butterfly, we when we don't step into our power and step into doing what we're supposed to do in our purpose, we are confused, we are unclear, and we're going to deprive ourselves but also others of opportunities for them to be the best versions of themselves, or so to speak. So we have a duty to care for ourselves, not only for ourselves because we are part of the universe, but because others are also part of that same sphere of existence. So on two levels. One is that this is mine, but it's also just part of that oneness, and I have a duty to respect and honor that. And also this, at a very more like pragmatic, if that's the right word, level, affects everything around me, the people around me. When I walk out with a smile on my face, people feel that, they smell that, they see that, and they respond to that, and they are affected by that. So I have a duty to care of myself so that others can feel the best, and so that everyone just raises up a bit, you know? Positive psychology. Grateful for my journey. Yeah, simply put, this too shall pass. The other side of it, the positive passing. That was a cool. I've heard this too shall pass, but I like even the way the just checking my battery there. The way the parable was outlined, it talks about like in a moment of despair, this too shall pass. However, the servant came back to say, it is not just in those moments, it is in the moments of joy that we understand that everything is passing, and that to me reflected the idea that it's not so different, despair and joy. It's not. It's part of this cycle. It just is, you know? And although I said, these joyous moments are the reason we live, we only have those because of the contrast, right? This human life, it would be boring if it were just anything, just joy, just challenge, right? We wouldn't deal. Turbulence is like psychologically like necessary at its own in its own percentage, whatever that is, 1/8, 1/9, whatever is the proper ratio there of our experience to be able to have a fulfilling experience. We want to grow. If we were simply just enlightened, we would be not in this lifetime, right? We are here and we are choosing turbulence because it's freaking tangible. It's that devil energy, that red like energy, right? Food, celebrating food. It was humbling too. The pride, the joy, it will pass. It's humbling. It grounds me into thinking like, and to feeling rather grateful. It's like it's gonna pass, so like enjoy it. And don't think about it passing, but just know that it will, and be okay with that because it's gonna come again. So don't feel guilty if it's there, but it's not far either if it's not. On both in both ways, Don't feel guilty if you're feeling down because it's not far to feel better again too. And balance is it's the personal relationship with the self that knows, right now I need to cry. Or, you know what, I just cried a lot. Like, I don't need another cry. I need a bike ride. I need to recharge. Because right now, my tear ducts are empty. And if I try crying, it's not going to be cathartic. Because there's no water to push it out. To use this metaphor and as a microcosm, but like a self-explanatory microcosm of sorts. Choose and it is available to you. Yeah, I guess it just means make the decision to see what you want to see. Put on whatever glasses you want to see. You want rose-colored glasses? Wear rose-colored glasses, Yeah, just see the truth. And then I have a little note saying let go, and that's part of the 7 switches. That was important to me as well. Just like I am a person who really just enjoys experiencing the fleshy parts of life. Talking, obviously, touching, dancing, singing, whatever. So to be able to let go is a challenge for me because I like things. But it's necessary, right? This too shall pass. Just let it flow. Just keep letting it flow. Because, like, the more we let go, even if those positive experiences, like, the more the next one is coming. And that one's fresh. This one's already stale. It's already experienced. Anyway, chase the day. My sister, who was in my meditation group that I led, in the activity where we responded and reflected on the parable, she said something like that. Like, I don't know what the contrast was as opposed to some idea of something. I think like some expectation of the self or whatever, but it was chase the day. Like what we have right here, like seize it. I guess that is seize the day, but I like that. Like chase the day because sometimes cliches get written off by the subconscious, but like chase the day. Don't chase your expectation of the day. Don't chase what you think it should be, but chase the frickin' day. And that's about it. Playing with a little compass. It was awesome. Thank you so much. I'm supposed to share like projects and whatever. I am starting a vlog channel, online brand thing. I'll post the link here as soon as it's available. I've been wanting to do this for a long time. I'm always kind of doing something, but the last year of my life I've done a lot of unraveling, a lot of wrapping up of old projects, and a lot of stepping into my new way of being, and I hadn't found that because things kept falling through. And it was like, okay, the universe has something grand coming, and then Corona hit. So it was like, okay, really, we are all going through a huge upgrade here. So namaste. I don't say that often, but it's been coming out lately, so maybe it was the meditations. Reach out, add me on Facebook. I'm Vanessa Anarego. I love you, I thank you, I honor you, I respect you. Hello, see you later. And I dig ya. There's one more in like little manifesto I have or whatever, but yeah. We'll see what happens after this. I pray for everyone. I pray for you. I pray for your family. I pray for every soul, every rock, every person, every blade of grass. I am praying a lot right now for the peace of all, because things are happening and they're passing, and I do not undermine the pain. So I pray that everyone's doing great and doing all right, and this too shall pass. And thank you for having me. Thank you for adding to this with me. I am so grateful. Rock on, live long and prosper. I'll post my project links, and let me know anything. Reach out. I love connecting with people. So, and again, of that soul contract reading, I've just loved it so much. Please reach out if you are interested in getting the information about that. I will pass that on to you. It was mind-blowing. Okay. I really, what was I missing from it? I have 7 little things I'd say. It used to be 6, and I added the honor. Hello. See you later. No particular order. I respect you. I honor you. Thank you. I love you, and you're welcome. There we go. Live long and prosper.